Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm Chris Seidel, a member of the congregation, and I happen to be on the worship committee. It's just wonderful to see you all here today. Here at UUSMV, we are an intentionally welcoming congregation of diverse faiths and shared values, fostering spiritual growth, community action, racial equity, and universal justice. We are led here at UUSMV by the Reverend Janet Newton. She is a part-time minister, which then allows us this unique opportunity to fill our pulpit with other guest ministers or other wonderful people who bring some other spirit to our chapel. And today we have Roberta Kirn. Roberta is a song leader, percussionist, and dancer who has been living, working, and raising a family on Martha's Vineyard since 1989. She's the founder of Be Well Sing and the Song Exchange Project, through which she brings singing in community to as many people as she can. Inspired by the teaching of Dr. Yse Maria Barnwell of Sweet Honey and the Rock and Bobby McFerrin, Roberta has been leading community singing for over 25 years. She believes and has experienced that singing together brings us deeper into connection with ourselves and with each other, raising our voices, having a communal experience of rhythm, melody, and harmony is a deeply healing experience that can be shared across age, gender, race, class, and culture. Thank you for being here, Roberta.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'd like to thank our volunteers of the day. These services don't happen just because of one person. It's definitely a community event. Today we have flowers and artwork, thanks to the Sola Raza family, and also compliments of Lucinda. She brought some in as well. I'd like to thank the setup team, Rich Pia, Doris Troy, Karen Sancti, for greetings, setting up, and all the little itty-bitty things that go on. We have Ann back on Zoom, being our Zoom host. Thank you. And we have Linda and Roger Moffett providing refreshments, which will happen outside after the service. And I encourage everyone to stick around and join us for that. Restrooms, if you don't know, first time here, go up the ramp and to the right for the restroom. And speaking of visitors and first-time guests, we would love if you're willing to introduce yourselves now, and that way we can, come and introduce ourselves to you at refreshment time. I can bring the cordless mic over and you can introduce yourself. Anyone in the chapel want to speak up?
Hi, my name is Karen English. I'm seeing so many people that I do know from the community. And I am just a big fan. I so admire Roberta in so many ways. She inspires me in her life, and I've known her for years and years, and I've followed her through her ups and downs, and I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so glad that she's a part of my life.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire Anacreon, and I know Roberta as well through the Community Sing, and I have been at the UU Church through that Insight Meditation Sangha the last couple times we met, and Roberta truly inspires me too, so it's great to be here.
Thank you. Anyone else?
just reintroduce myself. I'm Pam Bash. I've come for, I guess, I was introduced by Linda and Roger, and I've come the past 2 years. I'm here on the Vineyard for the summer, and this is my first time. I've just gotten back to the Vineyard, so my first time coming in person. You'll probably, at the end of the month, start seeing me on Zoom again.
Good morning, I'm Batia Diamond. I've been here before with Rabbi Lori. I played some music, but I haven't been here as a participant, and I was compelled to come when I saw Roberta's email. I'm looking forward to being well and singing.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jesse Rosenfeld. I recently moved to the Vineyard from New Jersey. I'm here to stay. I work at the hospital. I'll be a nurse in a few months, and we're really interested in the idea that you have here, that you amalgamate all different religions, spiritualities. Very interested in learning more about that.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike. I'm checking it out with my friend Jesse. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Wonderful to have you all here.
Hi, my name is Mary Carmel, and I live on the Vineyard, and I keep on trying it out.
Great, terrific. Do we have any? Rich?
No, I thought I saw a hand in the back.
Oh, I see. Oh, we know him. Do we have any visitors on Zoom who would like to introduce themselves?
I see an old friend of mine, Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, Julia. Thank you. All right. Well. Oh.
Sandy has her hand up.
Oh, sorry. Sandy? If you just unmute yourself, feel free to introduce.
Good morning. I'm here at Roberta's invitation. I follow Roberta on, I guess, through email, and I normally attend the UU of Franklin, North Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. All right. Well, we will now enter into our spirit of worship and start with our prelude.
So we're just going to start singing, and please feel free to join in. It's an old spiritual.
Oh, we do? Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a plan. I'm learning how to do this at the union. I'm not a big technology person. Usually I just sing. Okay. I'm going to sit and sit. Okay, for this. Okay. So we're going to hum for a while.
go with me to that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I am bound. We'll all be together in that land. We'll all be together in that land. We'll all be together in that land. All be together in that land where I'm bound. We'll all be together in that land. We'll all be together in that land. All be together in that land where I'm bound. Nothing but justice. Nothing but justice in that land. Nothing but justice in that land. Nothing but justice in that land where I'm bound. Nothing but justice in that land. Nothing but justice in that land. Nothing but justice in that land where I'm bound. No more hatred. No more hatred in that land. No more hatred in that land. No more hatred in that land where I'm bound. No more hatred in that land. No more hatred in that land. No more hatred in that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me. Come and go with me to that. Let me hear you. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Thank you.
I gotta talk. Thank you. I will light our chalice this morning with these words of, "This little light is ours. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine."
Clearly, I don't know the rules. So the first thing I want to say is thank you for inviting me here. It's really been great to think about what I would speak about. And I always like to start by honoring my most important teacher, Dr. Isai Maria Barnwell, who was the leader of Sweet Honey in the Rock, a wonderful a cappella singing group. She was the leader for many years, and she taught a course, a workshop called Singing in the African and African American Traditions, Building a Vocal Community. So she was the first person that really, just steered my life in a totally surprising direction. And I've been studying with her for many years. She's now retired, but
really major influence. And that was a song that we just sang that I learned from her at least 25 years ago, if not more. So I would like to share another song with you now. This is a song that I wrote during the pandemic. I did a lot of walking by myself, which probably a lot of people did. And on one particular day, I walk in the morning, often at sunrise, and this song came to me. And it brought me into my body and into my faith that things would be okay. So I'm just going to sing it through one time, and then I'll break it down for you. See if we can. Does this work? Am I mic'd when it's this far away? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so it goes like this. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Love flows in, love flows in, love flows in. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Love flows in. So that's the whole song. So the first line, I'll sing it and then you sing it. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Now you. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Listen, love flows in, love flows in, love flows in. Now you sing it. Love flows in, love flows in, love flows in. Listen. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. And then the last line is love flows in. Let's do it one more time like that. Take a moment. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Let's just keep going. We got it. Love flows in, love flows in, love flows in. Like the waves, like the tide. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Love flows in. So we're going to keep singing it. Here we go. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Think about settling into your body. Love flows in, love flows in, love flows in. Feel your feet on the floor. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Love flows in. So you keep singing that. I'm going to sing a harmony. Here we go. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Love flows in. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Love flows in. One more time. Take a moment to quiet the mind, to settle down deep in the body. Love flows in. Like the waves, like the tide, like an everlasting spring. Love flows in. Lovely, thank you. So when we sing together, it's an opportunity to settle into our hearts and into our bodies in a kind of unique way. We don't, I'm talking about it, but we don't really need to talk about it because we can feel it, yeah? And in our culture, we've sort of lost the understanding of singing in a kind of everyday way. It's sort of seems like there are people that sing, and then they're the performers, and then they're the people that are the listeners. But in many, many cultures around the world, everybody sings, and they don't say, like often people say to me here, well, I don't sing, you don't want me to sing, and you know. But you know, in truth, we can sing if we're not thinking about it as a performance, if we're thinking about it in a different kind of a way. So the next song I'd like to do, and I will speak more about the power of song, but for now I want to just sing. So the next song I also learned from Issei Barnwell, and her name is pronounced Issei or Izai, depending on how you feel, by the way. It's a song that's from the Mbutu people of the rainforest in Central Africa. And it's a chant that is using vocables or sound, like really every tradition has songs that are using sound, repeated sound, to lift up and come closer to God, or however you want to think about spirit, something more than you. So in the Jewish tradition, as Batya knows, nigun, or and one that's become a popular one is haida, haida, haididi daida, haida, right? It doesn't have actual meaning of, you know, this word means that, but people will sing these over and over, and it lifts us up. So this is one of those kind of songs. And it's very short, but it goes like this. I'm a ibu oh yay, I'm a ibu oh yay, I'm a ibu oh yay, I'm a ibu oh yay. So the first part, listen. I'm a ibu oh yay, sing that. I'm a ibu oh yay, once more. I'm a ibu oh yay. So it's an octave, you throw your voice up there. I'm a ibu oh yay, listen. I'm a ibu oh yay. So it's a little different, right? I'm a ibu oh yay. So I'm a ibu oh yay. I'm a ibu oh yay. I'm a ibu oh yay. I'm a ibu oh. Keep singing. I'm a ibu oh yay. 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 Okay, so now we're gonna maybe into a rap. All right, so let's see. How do I want you? Maybe we move over here. Okay. So the way that it works is we'll do it in a 4-part round, and it travels around the room. And the understanding, do you mean me to talk about this? So the way that I was taught this by Issei was that the community of people, when they would come together and they would want to be making a decision or having a gathering around community, they would sing this until you could feel everyone. Everyone could feel each other, right? And that could take a long time, right? So before decisions were made, they would connect through singing, through getting our hearts actually start to beat at the same rate when we sing together, which is kind of, amazing. So no wonder we feel connected, right? So with this, what we'll do is we'll have 4 groups. So get ready. So we'll have ibu oh yay, ibu oh yay, ibu oh yay, ibu oh yay. So you come in, and I'll direct you. You'll come in. So e. All right. So the key is that we have to actually feel each other. We have to stay connected rhythmically, and you need to watch me. And actually, if you're able, it might be good to stand up, because moving can keep us connected, right, to the pulse, all right? So, yeah, so you guys you're going to be group 4 over here, okay? And you guys are going to be group 3, all right? You want to be, Peter, you be in group 3 too, okay? And group 1 is going to be you guys. Okay, Alex, all right, you're in group 1. And then group 2, group 3, group 4. And we'll see what happens. And you know, I always say to people, this is not Carnegie Hall, right? So if we end up getting totally off, it's totally fine. Okay. Okay. So remember, we're gonna listen, and we're gonna try to stay in sync by actually moving our bodies to the pulse. All right? So here we go. Should I keep this mic? Do I need to? Okay. They could hear us in this room now. Okay, can at all. All right. Well, I'll keep doing it, but it might be confusing to them because it'll just be me. Okay, so I'm a Ibu, oh yay. I'm a Ibu. Everyone can start. I'm a Ibu, oh yay. I'm a Ibu. So group was going to keep going, group 1. And when I bring group 2 in, don't get thrown off. I'm a Ibu, oh yay. 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 Excellent. I'm a Ibu, oh yay. I'm a Ibu. Keep going. I'm a Ibu, oh yay. I'm a Ibu, oh yay. I'm an Ibu, oh yay. I'm an Ibu, oh yay. So see if you can hear it traveling around the room. I'm an Ibu, oh yay. 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 Look at me, yay. So you can imagine how that would be if you sang that for an hour or so. And this one is by, let's see, Anne Yeomans, who's an English song leader and composer. And it's 2 parts. It goes like, the first part goes like this. Every voice shall sing, every light shall shine, shine on, shine on. Every voice shall sing, every light shall shine, shine on, shine on. Try it. Every voice shall sing, every light shall shine, shine on, shine on. Every voice shall sing, every light shall shine, shine on, shine on. Keep going. Every voice shall sing, every light shall shine, shine on, yeah, shine on. Every voice shall sing, hallelujah, shine on, yeah, shine on. Every voice shall sing.
The Gift to Sing by James Weldon Johnson. Sometimes the mist overhangs my path, and blanketing clouds about me cling. But oh, I have a magic way to turn the gloom to cheerful day. I softly sing. And if the way grows darker still, shadowed by sorrow's somber wing, with glad defiance in my throat, I pierce the darkness with a note and sing and sing. I brood not over the broken past, nor dread whatever time may bring. No nights are dark, no days are long, while in my heart there swells a song, and I can sing.
Oh, so don't we do the offering? I don't know. I'm looking at the schedule here. So while we do the offering, we're going to do something. We'll see if it works. So we're going to sing while the offering is happening. Do you want to talk about the offering? Okay. So we're going to sing a song by Melanie DeMore that's called All One Heart. And it's pretty simple. There's a little introduction, which I'll sing, and then everyone's going to sing together, All One Heart, All One Heart. So the beginning part goes like this. This is a little introduction. All one heart, beat as one together, beat as one this moment. And then everyone will sing, all one heart, all one heart, all one heart. Let me hear you. All one. So Chris is going to keep singing that with you. And Jennifer and I are going to sing something else. See if you can do the offering and listen at the same time. Beat as one heart, beat as one heart, beat as one heart, beat as one heart, beat as one heart. Now I get to talk about the power of song, I think, right? Is that true? Yes. Okay, so let me, first I just want to say how I almost got up to do a candle for joy, but I wanted to sing more, so I didn't. So I thought I would include that I wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to look at something that I've been doing for a long time in a fresh way, and think about I understand the power of song, and I've been understanding it for quite a while, but to look at it freshly is to re-energize and to get re-inspired. So one of the things that I did was I watched a film that I saw years ago that's called The Singing Revolution. And it's, how many people in this room have ever heard of The Singing Revolution? Okay, so yeah, one out of, hardly anyone has heard about it. But if you get a chance, watch this amazing documentary film. And what it's about is the Estonian fight for independence. So Estonia is a tiny country with no army and hardly any money and very few people. But what they do have is an incredibly strong cultural tradition of song. And every year since 1869, not every year, excuse me, every 5 years, they have this amazing singing festival, and 20,000 singers, if you can imagine, 20,000 singers come together and sing together for 100,000 people in the audience. And of course, it didn't start out that way in 1869, but it's been going for that long. So, you know, it's this little country in the Balkans. It was taken over by the Soviets before World War II, and then the Nazis came in and took it over from the Soviets. And then after World War II, the Soviets came back in, and for many years they were not allowed to be independent. They were under this Soviet regime. And they still did their music festival, their singing festival, but they had to sing patriotic Soviet songs. And at the end, they were allowed to sing a couple of songs that were, you know, from Estonia, traditional songs. And one year, I guess it was in 1988, they had the singing festival. And the singers, at that point, the Soviets said, you can't sing any national songs. It has to all be, you know, praising the Soviet Union. The singers refused to leave the stage, and they started singing Estonian songs. And they kept singing them, and they kept singing them, and they kept singing them. And it started this revolution where people would gather in the streets and they would sing, and it was, you know, 1,000 people, and then it was 2,000 people, and then it was thousands of people singing about being independent and being able to celebrate their own traditions. And watching the film, it just made me realize, you know, the incredible power. It got me back in touch with what I learned from Isay Barnwell back in, you know, when I started doing this. That, you know, you think about spirituals. You think about singing in places, you know, I've been to Kenya a number of times to a girls' school where they come from real poverty, and they're having this opportunity to be educated, and every Sunday they sing together songs that everybody knows in Kenya, and it gives them the courage and the inspiration and the energy to keep moving forward with their, you know, to move beyond their wildest dreams. And this is a resource that's available to us. I don't know about you, but you know, looking around in the world, it can be pretty discouraging. Yeah? And we don't want to leave this resource lying on the table. We have to get energized and tap into things that are going to help us change the planet into a place that we want to live, that we want to leave to our children. So, you know, this is, in our culture, we don't do this singing thing, right? We other people do it, and we do it maybe a little bit, you know, I'm sure, you know, you guys sing here, and that's nice. But we're not tapping into what we could tap into. It's incredibly empowering. And what I realized in this last couple of weeks of thinking about this is, you know, I do a community sing once a month, and that's nice, and, you know, some people come. But what I need to do is figure out how to bring this to people, as opposed to asking people who don't know about it to come to me. So, you know, many people don't go into a congregation like this or like at the Hebrew Center and have an experience of singing in this way. I want to bring singing and community into the workplace. You know, I think it should be, you know, before people make a decision on their, you know, when they're on a board of a corporation, they should sing. Get in touch with their heart. Get in touch with what's important. You know, what kind of planet do we want to live on? How do we want to make our decisions? Do we want to make them based on, you know, profit margin? You know, I'm obviously, as we say, preaching to the choir in this room, but you know, I'm asking for help. Like, how can I and many others. There are many people like me who are understanding or re-understanding how powerful singing can be. I mean, if it can win a revolution, if think about spirituals, right? I mean, if it can enable a people to survive, we gotta get with the program here, kids. So I made all these notes, but of course I haven't looked at any of them. But you know, obviously I could go on and on. But you know, I'm talking about, you know, what's important. There, you know, it's lovely to sing alone, like in the poem that Mary Jane read, you know, and I do that, and it's really helps me. But to sing in a collective, to sing in a community, is to magnify that power exponentially, right? And to harness that power. So I wanted to share, oh God, we don't have enough time for all the things I wanted to share. But I wanted to share a song that was written by the sort of granddaddy of song leaders, who's based out in Washington State, that is using the words of Winona LaDuke, who is a Native American activist. And you know, it's about how we have to save the environment, basically, and how we are all connected in this, right? So the song goes like this. I got all excited. I have to calm down. You and I drink this water. You and I, whoops, no, I didn't go low enough. You and I, there we go. Breathe this air. You and I walk this holy ground. You and I live here. So I'm just going to keep singing it and you join in. You and I drink this water. Drink this water. You and I breathe this air. You and I walk this holy ground. Walk this holy ground. You and I live here. You and I drink this water. You and I breathe this air. Breathe this air. You and I walk this holy ground. Walk this holy ground. You and I live here. One more time. You and I drink this water. Feel free to harmonize if you're into it. You and I breathe this air. You and I walk this holy ground. You and I live here. So yeah, we have to sing songs about something we really care about and sing them with lots of people so that we'll all be inspired to do the work that needs to be done. I had one more song to do, but I don't know. What's the schedule, Chris? Help me.
Yes, one more song. Yes, one more song.
Okay, so this song is by, there's a duo group called Mamuse, and one of the group is Sarah Nutting, and she wrote a song called There Is Work to Be Done. When Chris asked me about doing this, I thought, well, you know, Labor Day, there's work to be done. And it's a 4-part song. We'll see how we do with it, but I'm going to do this so I can make gestures. We'll help you learn it. Can I stand up and do this? Yeah. Okay. So the first part goes like this. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, this mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. So I have to tell you that the original last line is, and I am on your side. But I taught at first at the charter school, and I was a founder and very much a part of that school, and I thought, no, I think we're intertwined is more, which I really feel is what we are. So I promised Sarah I would say that the original words were different. She gave me permission to use it. So I'll do a line and you do a line. These hands are strong, this heart is wide. These hands are strong, this heart is wide. This mind is wise. This mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. Let's just sing it for a while. These hands are strong, this heart is wide. This mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. Stand up. These hands are strong, this heart is wide. This mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. These hands are strong, this heart is wide. This mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, and we are all intertwined. Listen, there is work to be done. There is work to be done with these hands, this heart, this mind. There is work to be done. There is work to be done with these hands, this heart, this mind. Listen. There is work to be done, there is work to be done, and we are all intertwined. There is work to be done, there is work to be done, and we are all intertwined. Beginning, there is work to be done, there is work to these hands, with these hands, this heart, this mind. There is work to be done, we are intertwined, and we are all intertwined. Again, there is work to be done, there is work to be done, with these hands, this heart, this mind. There is work to be done, there is work to be done, and we are all intertwined. Okay, so who has it? Do you have it? Do you guys have it? Claire has it? Okay, come over here, Claire. Okay, so this is a song I've done with my group before, so I'm going to make you lead a part. Okay. All right, so beginning, the first one we did was, let's do a little higher. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, this mind is wise. These hands are strong, this heart is wide, we are all intertwined. These hands are strong, this heart was awesome. Thank you. So I'm just going to put a plug in. If anyone's interested in finding out more about singing or has an idea of how I could bring singing into, one of my big dreams is to bring singing to the staff at our hospital and other hospitals, because the caregivers could really use help and connection and heart connection. So there's a mailing list thing back there and my little card for Be Well Sing. If you're interested in connecting, please put your name on there and your email and take a card and get in touch with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we depart on to refreshments, I just wanted to leave us with these words. Just as one cannot do a community sing alone, UUSMV requires the support of a beloved community, and we are sincerely grateful for all that we have received. As the service has sought to claim the power of song to change the world, I share these words to close our service. These few lines are from James Weldon Johnson's hymn, Lift Every Voice and Sing. This hymn is regarded by the NAACP as the African American national anthem, and so it is with respect and humility I say these words. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Go in peace.